this is going to go over the basic assembly of our solar powered robot. This is a super awesome robot. So it does actually 12 different types of robots, different builds that you can make with this one robot. I'm super excited to build it and try it out and have some fun with it. And so if you've got this same robot, we're going to go over how to build it. This is just going to be the first standard build, and you go from there. You'll add all the different ones. So in the box here, we've got this first little piece here. It's just a poster. It's kind of a cool little information poster. It has some little ideas, challenges, or experiments that you can do. Solar powered hot dog, and it tells you all the tools you can build there. So that's kind of a fun little project if you're looking for another solar project to try out and do. So that's just kind of a fun little bonus that came with the robot. Pretty cool. I like it. Then of course, you got your instruction book, and that's going to go over everything. We'll be going step by step with some of it on this video. And we'll have more videos to come. We'll show you a few of the other different builds and things too in detail, because this is kind of complex. But also, you get this little card in here. Pretty awesome. Comes with a free gift. It doesn't really say what it is, but go ahead and register and you can get your free gift. So that's pretty cool. So the first package here, this one looks like this has the boat parts to it, and it's got like the file, and it's got a few different things. Those are two different ways you can do the boat. So that's some parts. It's got the solar stuff in it, and then this other package is just all your plastic bits and pieces. So looking in the instruction manual, you're going to need a pair of the cutters, the angled wire cutters. And you definitely want the angled ones. That'll come in handy when you're cutting all the pieces out. And so this is just kind of going to go over everything that you have, everything that came with the kit, all that you should have. So your first step is you've got these 9 bags that came in the kit here. And this is super important because you do so many different builds with this robot. This is going to keep all your parts labeled. It's just going to save you a ton of time. Keep them together so you don't lose any pieces and parts. And it makes it super easy to find everything. So you've got these stickers. This is for the robot, but we want the bag label stickers. So that's these ones here. So you can see it shows a picture of each part, tells you how many there are of each part, and those you're going to put on the bags. Again, you definitely want to do this because it would take you, there's so many little parts with this robot, it would take you 20 minutes to have to dig through. If you just put them all in one bag, it'd take forever to have to dig through and find the right pieces. And quite a few of the pieces look very similar. So even when we were cutting them apart, we had to double check and look in the pictures and make sure we had the right ones in the right bags. So first step, most important, put the labels on all the bags. They're stickers, so they just peel off and they go right on the bag. There's 9 of them. You've got 9 stickers, 9 bags there. So pretty quick and easy. That's probably going to be the easiest thing about this build, honestly, because there's a lot of steps. So be prepared with this build. You're gonna need probably an hour or two to get this all set up, but it's worth it. It's a pretty cool robot, so it's worth it. So now that you get your labels on, you got these plastic pieces here, and they're all just, you're going to use your cutters to go through and cut each piece out of the plastic. Now make sure that you're only cutting the part that's holding the piece and not the piece itself. If you ever have any questions, you can always look on the labels on the bags and see what the part looks like before you cut it, so you make sure you don't cut anything important. But there's usually, all the parts have a little perforated type plastic next to it. Now, they gave you a file. When you're cutting, you have any bumps left or anything, you want to file them off. The wheels aren't too bad. This is why you definitely want the angled cutters, because that angle helps you kind of get in. Some of these spots here that you're cutting out, they're so tiny, and it's kind of tricky to get your cutters in there. See these? See that how there's like an indent? That's where you want to cut, is that little indent right there. And again, if you're ever in doubt, you can always look at the picture and see. But it is tricky. Some of these, you have to kind of turn your angled pliers, turn them the right direction, and One thing I found was easier is if you went all along one side and cut all the pieces on one side and then flip the holder over and cut all the other ones. Move it around, whatever's easiest. It can be a little tricky, but it takes, so this is honestly what took the most time, was getting all the pieces. So these ones, see, these ones had quite a bit that needed to file off right there on the edge. And so you have your little file, and I actually wore a hole through mine, which is okay. It comes with one. If you need another file, you can always use sandpaper too, or go to your craft store, or even a nail salon or Walmart will have those little nail files. Now this one, as I was filing, I wasn't quite sure how much, if it was supposed to have a little notch on it to hold it in place. So this is where I'm like, you know what, I better double check that. So finding the label, the bag that has that particular part on it, you can go and there it is. So I just wanted to double check. So see how there's the picture there of, that's the part that I'm working on. And so it's flat at the top, so I knew I could, now I know I can file that all the way down to the top, and it's flat. It's not going to mess anything up. So if ever in doubt, refer back to the pictures and see what it looks like. This is what took a lot of time, filing and cutting all the pieces out. At this point, I called in for reinforcements and had my son come help me. We found it was a lot faster to just, I cut all the parts out while he checked them and filed down the ones that needed to be filed down. That definitely helped, having a little bit of help. 3 hours later, it really didn't take that long, but it was probably a good 45 minutes. So then we put them all in the bags. Again, this is the coolest part. I love that they did this. Whoever assembled this robot and the creators, the makers of it, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you see each one has its label. You know exactly how many pieces, because different builds of the robots use different amounts of pieces. So now we're going to build our basic. This is going to be our basic robot. This was a little tricky. We made a couple of mistakes as we were building it. It's got the step-by-step instructions, but they're not super clear, so we kind of had to kind of figure it out as we went. This is where I called my reinforcements of my son, who's loves to build and is really good at building this kind of stuff. So I said, come in and help me, because he's a lot better. So, and 2 heads are always better than 1, right? So you have your first little wheels and gadgets, and I'll be honest, when we were putting it in, I was like, that can't be right. There's got to be something in the middle that's going to turn. I'm like, that just didn't look right to me, but it was right. So you want to be sure and wrap the wires around. So this is your motor that attaches to the solar panel on the top. Be sure and tuck those wires around. That's kind of so they're not going to get in the way. And it shows all this in the manual, the step by step. So I just know for us it was more helpful, and that's why we wanted to kind of show this in the video, because it said the one part was red and the one part was green, but some of it was a little confusing. One mistake we did make was using the wrong pin. So there's a tall pin and a short pin, and so we kind of got it together, and then we realized that we had the tall pin instead of the short one, and so we had to kind of take it apart and redo it. But it all works out. So we're getting it all assembled, all the little gears, and like I said, looking at it, I was like, there's no way this is going to turn, but we were following the directions, and you know, we got it figured out in the end. So we got there. Now here's the whole gear assembly, everything, the way it's layered in. That little cap there, the little gray cap on the end of the pole, we actually, on this first build, we didn't push it down far enough, and we didn't know until you do your test one in the sun. And we'll show you that here in the video here in a minute. But it was a good learning experience. So once you got all the pieces together, just add your top onto it, and it slides right on. And of course, especially if you have everything in the right spot, it's going to fit together really well. The first time, my son didn't think he had everything fit together, but then he's like, oh no, you just have to push it together. So just kind of watch everything, make sure everything's lined up, and then it just snaps together and makes your little box. So now your whole little motor stuff is going to be encased in that box. So once it's lined up and pushed together, you've got the box. Now you just add on these orange outside pieces. The one I think kind of protects the motor. The other one I think is more aesthetics. Honestly, I'm not, well, I guess they both kind of cover the holes, so I guess they do protect it probably from a little dirt or water or whatever. So, but they do look kind of cool too, because you can see through them to see the motor. So snap those on the 2 sides, and now Now you've got your base, you got your little solar wire sticking out. So now we're going to do, this is for the stickers on the head. This is, the robot kind of looks like WALL-E. It's kind of funny. I think that's what we're going to call ours, is call it WALL-E, because it really does look like WALL-E. So the first thing you're going to, you put the stickers on the side, because the head is a little fragile. You probably want to get the stickers on at least the side. Get those on first. And the sticker, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. A little tedious trying to get it to line up just right sometimes on some of these stickers, but you know, that's nothing new with anything you build and put stickers on. So once we get all the stickers on there, then it's kind of smooth sailing. So get it lined up, and I think this ended up with a little wrinkle, but oh well, close enough. So we got the stickers on. So now this is the base of the head, and it comes with these two little foam stickers. They have a peel and stick on both sides. So you just peel the top off, and then it just sticks in place. Now what this foam does is this foam provides a little bit of a cushion between the base of the head and the solar panel. And because it sticks, it's got the sticky on both sides, it also holds the solar panel in place. So you can get, you know, so it's lined up for the best sun, and it protects it too from getting damaged. So you put them in, but they've got a little bit of a cushioning there too. So, and there's the eyeballs for the little robot. Now we put these on, we hadn't put the stickers on yet, but there are little stickers that go over the eyeballs there. And so before you can put this top on, you want to put on your solar panel. So that top has an opening for the solar panel to go around. And so there's our little solar panel, and it's got the little metals, there's springs, which at first I thought maybe that means it moves, but it's actually, that's just the conductors for the positive and the negative wires. So kind of cool, but they do kind of look like springs, but they don't, you know, they don't really move. So make sure that you peel off, he was making sure that's where it goes, and then peel off your sticker off of your little foam pads there that provide the protection and all that for the solar panel, and then holds it in place as well. So it fits right in, fits real nice. It doesn't snap, it just kind of sets on the foam pads, and then the top part goes over. Now again, the top part doesn't really snap in, but what you do is you have these side pieces that are what holds it in. So there's a big one and a little one, and those fit on the sides, and that's what holds the top and the bottom together. So he's got the one there, and also these have stickers as well. These the big circles on the sides. We hadn't put them on yet at this point, but we put them on a little bit later. But that's what, those circles are what holds the top and bottom, and those will snap on. Those snap together. Now the little circles here, one will have a positive and one will have a negative. And that, I mean, that is important, because that tells you what wires go in, which wire goes on which side. So you do want to pay attention to that you get your positive and your negative. And so if the wires ever come undone or anything, it's an easy way to remember, oh, okay, you know, the black goes on the negative, red goes on the positive. So this next part is the neck assembly. Now we found it was actually easier to not have both of the gray pieces together. You can see in a minute here when he goes to put it on the head, it was hard to get it around. So we just took one of the gray pieces off, and then it was easier to assemble on without both of them, because you know, you're trying to sandwich it on. So when you put the neck, that we found was just easier to assemble that way. And then you've got your neck piece on there, and you're starting to look like WALL-E, right? You got your head pieces all done there, and now that just attaches through the hole of the base, and that holds the head on the base. So we'll attach it on there, and once the head's on the base, and it's not too bad, I mean, it's not like it's super flimsy, then you just, the wires clamp on. You got your black on your negative, your red on your positive, and they're pretty simple, just clamp right on. Now this one, they said to test it, once you have it all assembled, this is your base of your robot, you want to put these two wheels on it. And they said, if it's working, if it's all assembled and working the way that it should be, with these wheels, as soon as you take it in the sun, they'll move. So we're going to go try it out, and let's see what happens. So yeah, so we've got it all assembled. There's the wheels. Now we just got to go put it in the sun and see if the wheels if they're going to turn or not. That tells us if we assembled it right.
Oh,
So
I could hear it, but it's not turning.
We can hear the motor running, but nothing was happening. We found out, that's where we found out that gray piece there, we hadn't pushed it all the way in. And once we pushed it all the way in, voila! It's working! And the wheels are turning, and every time we have it in the sun, it turns on. And when we take it out of the sun, it turns off. And it's on and off. We know it's working. Yay! Hooray! We've assembled it correctly. So now we have the base for our robot. The next step of setting it up is the stickers. The stickers. Oh, okay, this was a fun part too. So this is going to take a little bit more time. This is just kind of assembling all your final pieces. So every time you build a robot, you've got everything together. That's if you want to get the boat stuff. I didn't worry about the boat because I didn't want the paper to bend or anything for the boat. So we'll assemble that when we make the boat version of the robot. But this is for the tires. So these are like little rubber band type things to give it a little tread. So you just put that around, and they give you one extra, which is kind of nice. And then this is I think this is for one of the boat parts. But anyhow, these stickers, at first I was trying to figure out where it went. You actually put stickers on both sides. So you're gonna put 4 stickers on each of these things. And these were kind of a pain, because if you don't get them lined up in the corner just right, they don't fit. And so this took a little bit of time. And then there was a couple other pieces that also had stickers. 3 hours later. No, again, it probably took us a good 15-20 minutes, but not that bad. Now everything's got stickers on it. We got our little robots assembled. We know it's working in the sun. And yay! We're ready to start building the robots. Thanks for watching.